Hi sewing friends, welcome to my sewing room. My name's Beth, and if you're new, welcome. Behind me I have a quilt top that I finished recently. I'll leave a link below about how I put that together. I really need to get it quilted, and I think that's up next for my projects, but I got distracted when I found some cross-stitch pieces that were almost complete. Here's one of the framed cross-stitch pieces that I found. I finished them up, they were almost done, and I found some really neat frames, so I'm going to show you how I put them together. Let's get started. I don't know about you, but I love cross stitch, but I do struggle with getting cross stitch complete. I have a hard time seeing the patterns and counting, and I have a hard time seeing the cloth and where to put my needle. So these were almost done, so I did scoop them up, and they even came with the pattern, so I was able to easily finish the designs, and I'm really happy with the way they turned out. I needed to find some frames, and I looked on Amazon for a 4x4 or 5x5 frame, and they were very plain, and I wasn't real excited about them, so I started keeping my eye open at the thrift store, and I found these beautiful wooden frames. Here are the prints that were inside those frames. Some beautiful pictures from long ago. The paper is just falling apart. You touch it almost and it breaks. So these are really old prints that came out of these beautiful frames. Now to frame my cross stitch, I'm using this foam that has some adhesive on one side. I've not tried this before, and I ordered my pieces here, my foam pieces, on Amazon. To begin with, I needed to take off that paper off of the back of these frames, and again, the paper was just so old, it was just kind of falling apart almost. So I'm taking off the paper, and then I will need to remove all those little holders, those metal holders that hold the glass and the picture into the frame. I took the cardboard that came with the frame, and I'm just going to use that to measure the size of my foam, my adhesive foam that I'll be putting my cross stitch on. It was a little bit tricky getting these cross stitch pieces centered. I don't know if there's a trick, but I just did some eyeballing here and trying to find the center. So if you have some tips on how to center these pieces on the foam, you can leave that in the comments, and then I put my little picture right there in the frame. was able to use that same piece of cardboard that was in here before, and I just put that on the back of my cross stitch and the foam. And now all I need to do is do that 2 more times and I'll be almost complete with this project. Since my cross stitch is quite a bit thicker than the picture that was in here before, I was not able to reuse those metal holders that had been pushed into the wooden frame. So I took some tape and I'm going to tape all the way around that cardboard on the back of my frame. Tape I'm using here I found in my medicine cabinet here. It is a 3M tape that's sort of clear. It's kind of heavy and I am not exactly sure what its original use was for, but I scrounged around here and found something that hopefully will work. I love the way these little pictures turned out, and it was just a happy marriage of these beautiful cross-stitch pieces that someone else started and these beautiful frames. Thank you for joining me today, and I'll see you next time.